Well, no complaints here. I told you guys knew my top pacer and my top trotter of the entire sale. We got them both. Now, I was surprised at what we had to pay for them. Yes, I'll be completely honest. But the two horses I wanted when we got here, now we didn't look extensively day three because I didn't find a ton of day three. I just had to have. Better's Wishes brother was the pacer I wanted from the second we got here. That was the Captain Treacherous brother to Better's Wish, number 537. We'll go over them a little bit more in a moment. And then obviously the trotter that I wanted was Temporal Hanover's brother, the Captain Corey Cole. Those are the horses. I knew, I told you guys we were going to get the Captain Corey. I really didn't know, even as he walked into the ring, if we could get the Better's Wish brother by Captain Treacherous. But I was hopeful. And honestly, I was a little surprised at how much he went for. Shocking. Horse went for $35,000. We bought two horses. Now, I knew the first pacer we bought was not going to bring a ton. I probably would have went to 50 or 60 on him. And we had to pay, what, $27,000. The second guy, he was actually going to be our top-end pacer. In my mind, that's what he was. I told Ron yesterday, he was out with us. I said, Ron, this is the colt that I want. He's a Ridgeling, so I guess that's why it was a little off. And we had him vetted out.
75% off, though.
What's that?
Not 75% off.
You're right, Steve. You're right. I thought we'd get a discount because he originally, and we did vet him out. He has a little OCD in his left ankle. Now we found an OCD we found some work we had to do in Sterling Hanover. Dropped the horse off today. He left the sale at 8. Everything was cleaned up, removed, and fixed from Dr. Brown today at supper time. I've never seen that before. That is service. A small OCD in Leland, Hanover's left front ankle, and he's originally. Both will be fixed by Dr. Brown on the way home from Harrisburg also. So thank you very much to Dr. Brown, Dr. Keith Brown. All these vets are very, very, very busy this time of year. For him to squeeze us in like that, I really appreciate it. So Sterling Hanover, let's run through them quick. View all pages would be, you're going to annoy me, iPad, I see.
Just bring up.
I got it. No, I got it. Sterling Hanover, this is Meshuggah's brother. His other brother is Supernova Hanover, a green shoe, one of the better horses. That's the horse that James unfortunately made a miscue with, leaving the gate in the Breeders' Crown final. He's made $400,000 this year, I believe, and taken a mark of probably, it says 54-4, but there's got to be an update on this for sure.
He didn't win it.
Meshuggah 323, second in the Breeders' Crown elimination, so they haven't updated it, but he's got a mark of 53 or 54, and his brother Supernova Hanover a mark of 51-4. These are green shoes. This is a walnut. We had everything. He's completely vetted out, fixed, cleaned up, and rehabbing and resting at Dr. Brown's. Again, thank you very much to Dr. Brown. The second horse I got was the one I knew we could get. Tavion Hanover. This is Temporal Hanover's brother by Captain Corey. Captain Corey's did sell a little bit light. Now there was one that went for 3 1/4 today, later on, but for the most part, a little lighter than I thought. And I told you guys there wasn't a ton of storylines, but we had to know what was going to happen with Green Shoe. I think that was answered for the most part today. The fillies, I was certain today would be done, and we pretty much are done. I was certain we'd be done because we would get our fillies, get everything we wanted, go home, everybody be happy. Steve would almost go off the road again.
No, I just closed.
Yeah, no, those are lines. You're not allowed to drive there. The road is completely open. Anyway, you just couldn't. We couldn't buy any of the green shoes. I thought they would be attainable. Did you think they would be today? We get a couple of green shoes. Maybe a bar hopping. There was one later in the sale Amy liked and I liked, and we didn't pull the trigger, and I could have, but we tried our hardest to buy a Chapter 7 on a few occasions. One I was the underbidder on. In hindsight, we should have grabbed that number 21 that went for 120 because all the other ones were just sky high.
But that doesn't mean you would have got it at 125.
Yeah, 100%. So we did not get our Chapter 7. We tried. For all of our New York clients out there, you cannot say I didn't try. We bid on at least 3 or 4. I was the underbidder on 2. We just didn't get there. We didn't get there with them. But as I said, Tavion Hanover, we did get. This is Temporal Hanover's brother. The brother last year was like $500,000. He didn't work out. This is the Captain Corey coming out of that family. So happy so far. My next pickup was a horse. I figured we could. I just didn't think we'd have to pay $27,000. I thought we'd have to pay a little bit more. This is Poppy Rob Hanover's brother, and he is a tall, dark stranger. They're not sought after. People are down on them. All of that is true. But this was a good-looking colt, and he does have a world champion brother, and it really was hard to step away from a horse that looked good. Conformationally, he looked good. He seemed like a nice horse. His video was nice. His pedigree is great. I just thought, how can't we grab this horse for this kind of money? So we picked up Perfection Hanover for $27,000. Now the next one, this was, I'll tell you what I love, and I know that Randy and Bob watch these videos. Randy and Bob, much like Steve or John or Amy or anybody else, when somebody says, hey, I really like this horse, we really drill down on the horse, see if we like the horse or not. We went over to the consignment 2, if not 3 times to look at Cherry's Girl, and the one we thought we were going to get, I was the underbidder on 3 hips earlier, $388. And again, it was a green shoe that went for $125,000, $122,000. So it wasn't like we weren't trying. Randy and Bob loved Cherry's Girl. They loved 388. They loved Cherry's Girl. It was almost a toss-up for them. And for me, I liked her. I didn't think it was as close a competition as they did. I liked 388 quite a bit more. But at $42,000, 391 was pretty easy. And your endorsement came in just after that, Randy and Bob. The big Fred chimed in, said that he loved 391. He loved 391. In fact, I think he muttered something about a Breeder's Crown or something. But at this time of the day, he might have had a couple of glasses of wine. I don't know how sober Fred was at the time. But he specifically said he loved 391. So there's your endorsement. Now, I did, in our fillies bucket, we were supposed to have another filly. Now, I did not get another filly today. We have 1, maybe 2 on our list tomorrow. But you may be counting, saying, Anthony, you might have 6. Well, the next horse I bought, I may have to trade, I guess. I may have to sell it to John Evans, I guess, to stay under my quota.
It's called cheating.
It's not called cheating at all, Steve. I am simply saying, if I get a filly and I go over...
Did the hammer drop? Did you sign for the horse?
Yes, but I did. This has happened before. As any GM, if I have to cut a player or trade for a player, I will. If I get a PA filly I want tomorrow, I may have to sell, give the ticket to John for Go Strong Hanover. Why would I do this? No. That's Locatelli's brother. Locatelli did a lot of good for everybody that's ever had him for the most part. Been a good horse for everybody. He was a good horse for us. We bought his sister. She had something wrong with her throat. He was not. I think it was more of a filly thing. But I guess we can check. But this colt here was a good-looking colt. Now, the Green Shoe fillies, with all the families they had behind them and the residual value, went for a lot of money. Green Shoe colts was hit and miss. And it was at a lull at the most tiring part of the sale. You can almost see the top of the stretch in this marathon day. Well, we've all been up for 12 hours. Amy looks like she's been up for a month.
Yep, 12 hours.
Like she was just rescued from a bunker somewhere. It's been a long day. And this colt here, I almost had him for 7. No one wanted him. We looked at him. Steve went to the farm and looked at him and liked him. I loved his video. I liked the horse. Everybody liked him. Well, not everybody. At least everybody in this car liked him. I don't know about anybody else. I just thought, yeah, he's an older family. This was the 11th or 12th foal, so Big Fred special. But it was pretty hard to turn away from a brother of a horse that meant so much for us for a while, with no particular issues that were evident to me. And then the last was the cherry on top. This was the pacer I waited hours and hours and hours for. I blew by a ton of pacers that I liked, that we could have bought, that had deep families, some of them fillies, some of them colts. I wanted Leland Hanover, number 537. For those of you that have ever gone to a sale, you try to look at the pedigree. But when you see a horse that just, you gravitate towards that horse, you try to stay away from doing that, but it's hard. It's human nature. And I just always came back to this guy. I liked him. I liked everything about him. I liked the fact that we were going to get some value with the Ridgeling. I liked everything about this colt. So I will say this. We spent, I'm not going to tell you how much I was going to on Leland Hanover, but he was going to be our top end colt pacer. And I'm glad he was originally, because on the way home to Northfield is Dr. Brown's clinic. We're going to drop him off there, pop that OCD out. We're going to castrate him, no more ridgeling. And then we're going to start fresh with 2 horses that we got for a lot less money than I thought we'd have to. Both him and the first horse we bought in the sale, Sterling Hanover. We'll give him a good 4 weeks off. There's no rush with these guys. So with that, that could very well bring to close this sale. I have one more spot in the bus. Really, the bus is full. But if I get my trotting filly tomorrow, John Evans is going to have to buy number 472. That just seems like the only fair way to settle this. To stay under the cap. It's only fair.
All of this so that you can say I was right. It's bullshit.
Steve,
Everybody gets it. Everybody
this
gets
is a
it.
family program.
Everybody gets it.
We're just moving the parts around. If it doesn't work out, I'm like, I got to move a spot, right? You draft 2 pitchers, you only got one room for one. You're like, hey, Sonny, I'm going to have to trade you the Dodgers.
Yeah, but if the
Just
guy
the way it
says
is.
I'm going to do this and it's not this, he was wrong.
The sale is not over. This is an ongoing process.
Okay.
Right, the cake is baking. It's not like I'm changing it mid. No, the cake is baking right now. It's not finished though.
Doesn't matter. It's like 400 horses to 350 horses tomorrow.
It's not a big deal.
We'll
If we end up with a filly, we'll trade it. If not, we'll work something out.
Hanover hat on.
You should. We did. Yeah, I don't know why. For no particular reason, we've never bought an abundance of horses from Hanover. We bought 6 horses, and 5 of them are from Hanover. Are they not?
No, I don't look at the
Well,
list.
it's right here. Hanover.
It is
Hanover. Not 195. Hanover. Cherry's Girl was Walnridge. Hanover.
Was
And
yours,
Hanover.
Steve?
My fillet is a Hanover.
So
Yeah, so
this
it's
car
6
has
out of
purchased 7 horses, and 6 of them are from Hanover Shoe Farms. So we'll see.
So the least I could do is give me a hat.
It was nice of them to give you a hat.
Yeah.
Yes, I-
And 2
5
flights
hats.
to York.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's day number 1 in the books. I know Arson race day looked a little bit flat. Got away at the back. He never races good from off the pace, but it looked like he wasn't really spry coming off the car either. So we're going to turn him out for a few weeks. I know somebody had mentioned, it looks like he's tired. He's not tired. The horse is not tired at all. He's raced all of his races all summer, for the most part, in the place he's been. He raced at Oak Grove when he was stabled at Oak Grove. Lexington, stabled at Lexington, and shipped a little bit to Corbin. The horse isn't tired, but at the end of the day, I'm tired, and I want to see where these classes are going to fit the best for Arson. Not an easy thing to do. They don't really have a non-winners of 15 also eligible, non-winners of 400,000 life. They don't have that class. So we have to look for a spot that makes the most sense for Arson. And it has been a long summer, so we will give him a little bit of a break. We'll give him the next 2-3 weeks off, bring him back, start him up, and hopefully in that time I'll be able to see the playing field a little bit better now that all the sales are over and people are buying and selling horses. Where's the spot for Time Is on My Side? Where's the spot for Arson? Where's the spot for our horses that we're trying to race? And that's what we will do very, very soon. I feel there was other horses racing today. Was there not, gentlemen?
There's one other one.
Oh, the horse of Mr. Collins is racing tonight in Northfield Park for sure. What's his name? He's not on the list. He's racing tonight. We trained him now. His name's do you remember that horse's name? Easy something or something, I don't know. He's racing tonight. The horse that Jason's racing, Chris Lems is driving. We train now. I trained him in the jog cart in 2.5, so he should be plenty tight. He canters a lot, so he was a little bit tricky, but I think we'll be okay. We'll see. I hope we are.
Arson and George of the Jungle.
And George of the Jungle's in tonight at 9 o'clock. So obviously, if you're in the States, the election is taking place today. Who knows what's going to happen? They might burn the whole town down by the time we get up tomorrow. But for right now, we have our quota. We have 6. But as I've said, the cake is still baking. We still have many parts moving. I'm going to leave here with 6. Hey, if John leaves here with 1, who's to say? John should leave here with 1. It happens. Anyway, I will talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Obviously, there's lots of Democrats and Republicans out there. You can't all win. But you know what? Tomorrow's a new day. Take care.